So let's talk politics. Joining us now is Gil Tamary of Israel's Channel 10. Thanks so much for being with us. Under an earlier Israeli government, King Solomon once offered to cut a baby in half to decide who it really belonged to. What are they going to do to figure out who this government belongs to?
Jonathan, you're absolutely right. Maybe the Solomon solution will be the solution also this time. I think that after the festivity mode faded away, Tzipi Livni understands that her chances to form Israel's next government are slim to none. For Benjamin Netanyahu, it is going to be also a very challenging work. So maybe the only logic solution is to have a unity government. A government with the Likud party and the Kadima party, maybe the Lieberman party also inside this government. And this will be the only logical solution. But you know, politics and logics are not going always on the same route.
When it comes to assembling a coalition, how much horse trading, how much money is involved? How much inducement does it require to get the smaller parties that we outside Israel never hear of into the government to support it?
This is the biggest problem of the Israeli political system, that the small and sometimes a party that has maybe 2 seats or 3 seats in the government can actually blackmail the government, have a big budget for the issues that they are fighting for and would like to see getting together. And this is one of Israel's problems in our democratic system. And therefore, I mentioned at the beginning of our talk that maybe the only logical solution for this tie election is the fact that we will have a unity government. When you have a unity government, then the small parties that always the people outside of Israel never heard of, they don't have much power in the government and they don't have much demands, and therefore it's not a matter of money, but it's more a matter of principles.
Well, the outcome of this election is still in some question, but let me ask you about upcoming elections in Lebanon and in Iran. How closely are Israelis going to be watching those?
For sure, they will watch closely the elections in Iran, and also the elections in Lebanon are very, very interesting. I must tell you that the Israeli people also watch very closely the municipal elections in Iraq just recently, because for Israel, Iran, it doesn't matter who will be Israel's next prime minister. For him, Iran will be the #1 challenge that he will have to face.
Gil Tamary of Israel's Channel 10. Thanks so much for this.
You're welcome.
Now looking elsewhere in the political world, a partnership with a past. Zimbabwe President Robert Mugabe administered the oath of office to his new prime minister, opposition leader Morgan Tsvangirai. Tsvangirai has been beaten, arrested, and jailed by Mugabe's security forces, and he only withdrew from an election challenge to Mugabe because of attacks on his supporters. Will the partnership last? We'll keep you posted. Neighboring South Africa will go to the polls April 22nd, and it could be a little awkward. Jacob Zuma, the leader of the ruling African National Congress, is widely expected to be elected the country's next president, but he is facing corruption charges that are scheduled to go to court after the election, if he loses. If he wins, his opponents warn the case against him will probably just go away. And Germany is headed for elections. Could they change the face of the country's politics? Make them younger, slimmer, and plastic? This is the Angela Merkel Barbie doll, unveiled at a toy fair in Nuremberg. The similarity to the real flesh and blood chancellor isn't perfect, but the Mattel company said it was just trying to honor her as a role model for women worldwide. How many young girls would actually want an Angela Merkel Barbie? We may never know. Mattel doesn't actually plan to sell any.